Porzingis and Powell. Doncic out there with Lee. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. And for Memphis, Brooks the 2 with Crowder the 3. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Morant in at the point guard position. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long, all off season long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
So the Memphis Grizzlies able to put the first points up on the board. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Morant. Porzingis against Jackson. Shoots from the baseline. Porzingis can't hit. And so Brooks will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Morant with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And how about the body control? Morant, even when under duress, stays calm, cool, and collected.
Now here's Lee. There's the pass to Finney Smith. Back to Lee. Three-pointer. That one no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Passes it to Morant. All alone. Off the left rim and out.
Boy, defense nowhere to be found, and neither was his shot at that time.
Brooks against Doncic. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. Defensively, they'll be focused on Luka Doncic. The young point forward and rookie of the year is so crafty attacking and creating shots for himself and others. Kevin, they'll have to be just as smart as Doncic in covering him and trying to contain him.
Thank you, David. Here's Valanciunas. After Luka Doncic's bucket, Powell with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Pass to Finney Smith. Now Lee. Five to shoot. Powell kicks to Doncic. Shoots over Morant. And Doncic gets it to go. And it's a tie ball game.
There's no defense for that. Sometimes Doncic just hits tough shots.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. And another turnover here by Memphis. Here's Doncic. 38 points for him last game against New York.
Boy, the defense had tons of difficulty covering him. They kept putting him at the line, and he burned them.
Now here's Porzingis. And the rejection by Jackson. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Doncic. Morant passes to Crowder. Nine feet out. They get it back. And Valanciunas kicks to Morant. Buries the long-range jumper. Morant's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, that play developed just the way they wanted, and Valanciunas made sure they got the bucket. What a tremendous pass.
Doncic. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Brooks against Lee. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
First one falls for him. And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next? How can I be better?
And so he's able to get one of two. Mavericks trail by 4. He feeds it to Powell. Doncic feeling it out. Knocks down the 3 ball. Doncic has got 7 points.
Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Outside Crowder. Valanciunas trying to free himself up.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
So they take the lead.
Well, as soon as you recognize a size mismatch, you have to attack.
Well, so much of the last few seasons have been lost time for Kristaps Porzingis. That ACL injury and then working back from it in the 2019 campaign. Never an easy road to start him.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Greg, with all the time that Porzingis has missed, it's easy to forget just how dominant he is when he's healthy.
KP is one of the few game-changing talents in our league. He can carry an offense and boost an entire team's defense with his presence on the floor.
Here's Morant following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Pass to Jackson. Down low, here's Valanciunas. Powell with the steal. Morant with the steal. And there's the pass to Brooks. To the middle. Here's Jackson. No good, unable to end this run.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. And Lee pulls it down.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Doncic outside. Back to Lee. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Now, this guy's a tremendous free throw shooter. You'd just like to see Lee get to the line a little bit more often.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The free throw drops for Lee. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
And that one's good. Morant's got 7.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
And here is Doncic. He's got 7. Pass to Lee. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Valanciunas. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Morant. 7 points in the game. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 6. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. On deep. Poke loose, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis.
And so far, the story on Luka Doncic.
Great showing for him last season. Last year averaged 21 points per, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists.
And he brings it for them every game on the offensive end.
Well, I think you can tell he relishes this role, being the catalyst on the offensive end, night in and night out.
Now here's Morant. Clock at 4. Here's Valanciunas. That one a little long.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Poked away. Now Doncic. He's got 7. A wide open look here for Wright. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And it's a 10-point Dallas lead. Now here's Morant. A floater, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
That's good from Morant. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
And Memphis making a change here. Anderson's checked in. And so he hits both.
Showing natural leadership skills, Morant has developed great rapport with his teammates.
Here's Brunson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And just 72% from the line a season ago. Not the greatest of numbers, but there are guys who are far worse off when it comes to free throw shooting.
Jones checked in for the Grizzlies. And that one misses. Greg, a new look roster for the Grizzlies. They got a lot more athletic this past summer.
Well, Ja Morant and Brandon Clark, their first-round picks, 2 of the more explosive players in the draft. The Grizzlies last in the league in pace last season. They may have cause to accelerate that tempo this year.
Kevin, I like the physicality on that play by Jonas Valanciunas. Simply powers through the contact, showing he can give it as well as take it.
Wright finds Brunson. Now here's Porzingis. Over Anderson. Porzingis can't hit.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Outside, Jones. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Dallas leading by 8. Here's Wright. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. Doris, so interesting to watch 7-footers who almost never shot 3-pointers make that now a featured part of their game.
Give some credit to the coaches who recognized the game was being revolutionized and that 3-point shooting, regardless of position, would become integral to success. So a guy like Marc Gasol, who actually fought the idea of taking threes, Brooke Lopez, Nikola Vucevic, all of them have become more integral to team success and more capable NBA players because they can shoot the basketball. It's beautiful.
It is. Evolving and adapting at that size has been something to watch. Free throw drops for Wright.
Boy, you consider the Dallas Mavericks last season missing the playoffs for the third straight year. That ties their second longest playoff drought in franchise history. You've got to believe this is a group that's highly motivated.
Mavericks making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And the Mavericks, a proud franchise. Doris looking to get back into the playoffs this season.
No doubt, Kevin. They have reloaded with young star talent. Kristaps Porzingis, already an all-star. Luka Doncic, the Rookie of the Year. I think this is a group ready to make some noise.
Here's Brunson, following the score by Memphis. Good! Brunson's got his second bucket. Here's Clark. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Magic in Orlando. He dishes it to Valanciunas. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Tim Hardaway picks one up. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
And he makes the first.
Look, Kevin, you know this. There's a long history of great players coming out of Lithuania, and Valanciunas right there with the best of them. Remember, back in 2012, this guy was the MVP of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
Valanciunas hits them both.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
And here are the Grizzlies now. The Mavericks making the shot. Got a hand on it.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's Wright. Hardaway trying to free himself up. And it's Wright missing. And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
Here's Clark. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 1:15 left in the first quarter. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. No good that time. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Looking nimble on the drive there. Once Clark sees an opening in the defense, he's looking to exploit.
Brunson with it. Pass to Jackson. Wright with it. He's covered by Anderson. Wright, the pass to Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. The shot comes out, and Memphis the other way now. Inside, Hardaway with the steal. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Jackson from long range. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Valanciunas has got 7 rebounds in the game. Guarded by Hardaway. And he lays it straight in. And now just a 3-point Maverick lead.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
That's good on the jump shot. And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks ahead, leading by 5. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And here are the Mavericks now. They've led by as much as 10. On the court for Dallas here in the second. Seth Curry is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Kleba in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Here's Clark. And slam dunk by Clark.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Outside Hardaway. That's tipped. And here's Brunson. Clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Jackson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Valanciunas inside. Misses his second shot in 4 attempts from the field. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Jaren Jackson Jr. is the son of an NBA player. And I'm so old, I covered his dad in college. Growing up, his parents let him find his passion, but the game was always in his genes. Jackson Jr. said, "I've always prided myself on being more than just a basketball player, but I can't deny my laser focus on the sport." Kevin, he's following in his father's footsteps, but looking to create his own legacy.
Terrific mentor, but he's just getting started, David. Thank you. On the wing, Jones. Brunson covering. The pass to Melton. Brooks outside. No good on the 3. Mavericks leading by 5. Jackson finds Brunson. Outside Hardaway. Back to Brunson. It's rebounded by Memphis.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Melton. The Grizzlies with another miss. The Mavericks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. There's Jackson with the 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Anderson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kleba with the rebound. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Curry's shot is off. The Grizzlies trail by 5. And Seth Curry is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Grizzlies making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Brooks against Jackson. Here's Melton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 5. Trying to get something going. And Brooks gets it to go.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Doncic outside. Passes to Finney-Smith. But they recover it. Jackson kicks to Curry. Doncic outside, and the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Memphis. Crowder comes in for Anderson, and it's Morant in for Jones. Then for the Mavericks, Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber, and Porzingis subbed in for Justin Jackson. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Up top, Curry, defended by Crowder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Powell. Dallas again missing. The Grizzlies trail by 3. With the teardrop, it's tipped. 5-on-3 break. Fires the 3. And it's Melton with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. Jackson has the open look. It's rebounded by Dallas. They've led by as much as 10. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
Boy, had this shot on automatic. The confidence so crucial to what Seth Curry brings to the table.
Quite possibly an all-star snub. Rookie of the Year, Luka Doncic. Doris had a chance to be selected in his first season.
Perhaps sending a message, Kevin, with that first teenager ever to put up a 30-point triple-double. Something tells me this young man will have an all-star game appearance or 2 moving forward.
Here's Doncic. The Grizzlies making the shot. Left side Curry, and here's Porzingis for a 3. The Mavericks keeping it alive. The new 14. They retain possession. Just 5 to shoot. Finney Smith passes to Curry. Offline with his 3. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Doncic with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Outside, Porzingis. Got a piece of it. And he goes in for the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball, following the score by Memphis. Powell kicks to Doncic. 5 on the clock. Here's Curry. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Curry's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, this is an experienced shooter in these situations. Even when Seth Curry is under pressure, he's able to keep his calm and cool.
Powell with it, guarded now by Jackson. Here's Curry. Rebounded by Jackson.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Morant. 11 points in the game. The shot, no good. Curry with the defensive effort. Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Shoots over Crowder. That shot off the mark. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Now Morant. Teardrop shot. Porzingis with the block. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Doncic leading the charge.
What a basketball mind when you think about Luka Doncic. This guy in the break is exploiting defenses.
Here's Melton, guarded by Porzingis, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
I think DeAnthony Melton deserves a ton of credit. Point guard is probably the toughest position in the league. And you couple that with the fact that this guy played in the West, he more than held his own.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
And the first one at the line is good. And although Melton may not have proven he deserves a starting role, Doris, he did show his value as a player.
I think what Melton showed is that he has the ability to stay composed and play quality defense, even as a backup option at the point. That's all you can ask for. You want him to earn rotation minutes, and he did.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Mavericks leading by 5. Doncic left side. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Melton, out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Valanciunas is checked in for D'Anthony Melton. And so it's Wright bringing up the ball for the Mavericks. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Doncic. And that one hits back iron. And for Memphis, they're shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Now here's Morant. He's got 11. Shoots from 12. That one doesn't go. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Wright looking around. Over in the corner, Porzingis sinks the triple. Porzingis has got 8 points.
Boy, the shot mechanics are just beautiful to watch. Kristaps Porzingis, you cannot give him space.
Outside Crowder. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Doncic. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
Now here's Morant. Pass to Valanciunas. To the inside. 6 to shoot. Outer dishes to Valanciunas. Here's Morant. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Morant's got 4 this quarter.
Showing off the focus there. It's hard trying to distract Morant when he's locked in on his jumper.
And Doncic, here we go. Can't connect from 13 feet out. The Grizzlies trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Crowder, the pass to Morant. With the floater.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
Doncic, no good.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same. Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
We are talking about a clever scorer. Luka Doncic has developed such a knack for getting to the free throw line.
First free throw is good. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic can pass it, shoot it, drive it, and he does it all with great flair.
Mavericks leading by 4. Wright dishes to Doncic. Lets it go. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Doncic has got 7 points here in this quarter. And you see some of the shots that Doncic knocks down. Doris, the degree of difficulty is off the charts.
It is, Kevin, but the skill I love the most is his passing. It doesn't matter if it's a hook pass, a lob. He has the strength to hit the weak side corner, and this guy loves delivering in the big moments. It is so fun to watch him.
Jackson misses.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Wright, the pass to Doncic. Hits the difficult fadeaway jumper. Doncic has got 16.
We know this. Doncic is an aggressive, thirsty scorer. If you allow airspace, even in the mid-range, he's going to make you pay.
Now here's Jones. Pass to Valanciunas. And Maxi Kleber is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Nine seconds left here in the second. Jones finds Valanciunas. Here's Clark. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game.
I'm swimming.
I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet. Shaquille. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. His great performance last game out seemed to carry right over into tonight. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
And we're seeing there's a certain it factor for Luka Doncic. His supreme confidence in himself, the terrific floor leader, he's turned a lot of people into believers in a very short time.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
What a menace he was on defense through the first 2 quarters, just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Brooks the 2 with Crowder the 3. And it's Morant in at point guard. And that's the group for Taylor Jenkins as we begin the second half. Now here's Porzingis, 6 on the shot clock. Great look, but off the mark.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Morant passes to Jackson. Porzingis with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. Here's Morant. Brooks outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Here's Valanciunas. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. About 1 minute played here in the second half. It's Powell on the wing. Doncic kicks to Lee. The offensive rebound. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Luka Doncic is so clever. This guy able to draw the contact to get himself to the free throw line.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
The first one falls. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well.
Well, an 0-for-3 start to the half. You need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Knocks it loose. Powell with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Knocked away. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's Memphis with it. And the pass to Morant. Clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. Lee with the steal. Floats one up, and the layup is up and in. Lee's got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs.
Courtney Lee is so good on that floater, and at his size, you've got to have that in your arsenal.
Morant dishes to Brooks. That one drops for him. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. And Doncic gets it to go.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Morant passes to Brooks. There's the feed to Valanciunas. And another turnover here by Memphis. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Porzingis with the ball, guarded now by Jackson. Here's Doncic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
And I think, guys, over time, you would anticipate Luka Doncic becoming more and more of a leader. This guy is so fun to watch from a skill perspective.
And he knocks down the first one. Seth Curry, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Both free throws good from Doncic. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Three-pointer, Brooks.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Nice D from Valanciunas.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
That boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes, what a big-time asset defensively.
Now here's Morant. 16 points for him. Shot clock at 5. Three-pointer, Crowder hits it from three-point range.
We know this. Jay Crowder is an effective shooter, someone who can shoot the three well. You've got to get into his space.
Doncic right side. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. The Mavericks have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line. And the technical free throw is good.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
D'Anthony Melton, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Now here's Porzingis. He's got 8.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
And Jay Crowder ends every post with the hashtag, "It all started in the driveway." Doris, he knows just how far he's come.
No doubt. Jay Crowder said back then he was always the youngest guy on the court with no fouls called. That is how you develop into a competitor.
Doncic passes to Finney Smith. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
Yeah, and KP, he's not shy about creating some contact there. He might have a slender frame, but he is not afraid.
And the first one drops. And Doris, given how much of last season he missed and how early he came into the league, Porzingis a lot younger than people think.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. Think about it. He becomes an all-star at the age of 22 and already one of the more recognizable faces in the league. It is truly scary to think that in a few years, KP could be miles better than where he is today.
Second free throw, no good.
And every year it seems to me Kristaps Porzingis willing to take on more and more responsibility. There is a process to becoming a better leader, and Kristaps Porzingis is right in the middle of it.
Now here's Curry. He has 6. It's blocked. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. Basket good. Morant's got 18 points.
Out in the open court, few defenders can match up with Morant. He's too fast and skilled.
Passes it to Finney Smith. Here's Curry. The wide open look here for Porzingis. That 3 off the mark. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Brooks the pass to Morant. And there's the call on Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. We're seeing some great shooters with length, tall players shooting from outside. That seems to be the rage right now. But when you look in your crystal ball, Doris, what might be the next player trend in the NBA?
So we saw the evolution of big men as three-point shooters, men being able to enter the league as sort of back to the basket, consistent rebounding forces out of the post, now stepping away and becoming threats as face-up scorers. To me, one of the most intriguing young players in the league right now is Nikola Jokic. Here's a 7-foot guy who is a tremendous playmaker. His instinct is to pass more than it is to score. So you wonder, is that the next evolution of big men? And then the other thing, Kevin, you are starting to see offensive rebounding went away as a focal point of teams in the NBA. You are starting to see teams go back after the offensive glass. Does that continue?
Second chance is a big statistic, isn't it?
It is.
First free throw is good.
The potential is there. For Clark, it's about expanding the range so that it makes him more versatile offensively.
Both good from the line that time. Mavericks leading by 10. Curry passes to Doncic. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
6 attempts for him at the line. He's made 4. That free throw good from Doncic. Both free throws good from Doncic. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Outside, Jones, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
So a moment now to see the story on Tim Hardaway Jr. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 18 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
And the first one drops. Mavericks making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. And so Jones nails both of them.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Mavericks leading by 10. Brunson scanning the floor. Anderson against Porzingis. Here's Curry. The shot, no good. And it's Memphis the other way.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Now here's Porzingis. He's got 9. Pass to Brunson. To the middle. Here's Kleba. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Kleba's got his first bucket in this one.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Clark. He's got 10. The baseline J. Here's Anderson. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Well, you love the persistence on the offensive glass. All about effort right now.
Brunson finds Curry. Now here's Hardaway. Six to shoot. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. Anderson with the ball.
And you can see the break slowed down for him to kind of pick his spot. And boy, was he open.
Outside, Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, he throws it down with such ease. That rim might as well be 8 feet off the ground.
Outside, Jones. Outside, Jackson. The 3 bangs home the trifecta.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And the layup falls. Brunson's got 6. Here's Jones. 9 points in the game so far. Stolen by Brunson. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And he banks in the layup. And it's an 8-point Maverick lead.
And with the pace of today's game, transition defense is at a premium.
I don't think anyone was catching him on that play. That is unbelievable.
Now here's Jackson. And Curry pulls it down. Curry's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Brunson. Porzingis with the ball. Back to Brunson. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. These are the players who had the most success from deep last season. Look at Curry, 3rd in the NBA. He's someone that if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Now here's Jones. The pass to Anderson. We've got 1:55 left in the 3rd quarter. The shot, no good. Brunson finds Hardaway. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. Justin Jackson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. DeLon Wright comes in for Curry. That free throw good from Hardaway. And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Now here's Wright. He has 6. 4 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. And Tim Hardaway Jr. with the 3. Hardaway has got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, in today's NBA, you've got to be able to play in pick and roll, and Hardaway doing work right there.
Here's Clark, guarded by Hardaway. Outside, Jones. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Here's Wright. Nice D from Valanciunas.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Clark. He's got 10. Guarded by Wright. Here's Valanciunas. Rebounded by Jackson. From deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Back to the action after this word. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And it's Jones with the ball for the Grizzlies. They trail by 9 points. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Lee. Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. And there's Jackson. And it's Kleba in at the 5 spot.
Well, I think, Kevin, this is something Jonas Valanciunas has hung his hat on. His ability to consistently get to the offensive window. Nicely done.
Here's Brunson. After the made shot from Jonas Valanciunas. Brunson the pass to Wright. Jackson from long range. Jones kicks to Clark. Guarded by Jackson. Feeds to Jones. Here's Clark. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Courtney Lee.
Easy to appreciate the physicality that Clark plays with. This is what earns him those calls.
No good on that one. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleba. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And he sinks the second. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Wright against Brooks. Wright the pass to Lee. Drops in the tray. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
Remarkable speed by Lee. Really gets his shot up quickly.
Here's Clark. Guarded by Jackson. Passes it to Valanciunas. He kicks it to Morant. Just 4 to shoot. And there's the foul. It'll go on Lee. That's foul number 2 for him. Doncic is checked in for Justin Jackson. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Brooks, it's deflected. Doncic outside. Another 3 for Dallas.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Clark. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Tough task trying to corral Clark there, especially when he's looking to score.
The first free throw is good. And so Clark nails both of them.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Doncic with it. Right from outside. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Pass to Morant. And here's Valanciunas, guarded by Doncic. Baseline try. That one off the back iron and out. Mavericks leading by 10. A fadeaway. It's rebounded by Memphis. Crowder's got 6 rebounds in the game. They get a hand on it. Now the pass to Morant. But they get it back.
So tough to guard. When Morant is rising and firing like that, basically impossible to stop.
Here's Doncic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Dallas. On the free throw, no good.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Now here's Morant. Not a lot of room. Clark for 3. No good there. Mavericks leading by 10. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now, here's Doncic. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And a wise move to call timeout there. They need to settle down a bit. They've been playing out of control at times here, and it shows with their turnover numbers.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He warned them they've got to get back in transition. He said they've given up way too many fast break points, and he said we have to slow the pace of the game down and force them into taking some tough shots. Kevin?
Mavericks leading by 10. Pass to Lee. Now Doncic. Brooks covering. Grizzlies with the rebound. Brooks has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Morant. Count it. Morant's got 20.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Porzingis passes to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Thursday, they're off to New York to face the Knicks. Now here's Morant, guarded by Doncic. Valanciunas dishes to Morant, and it's blocked.
Doncic known for his offense, but twice on the pipe. Send it back, young sir.
Fires for 3, drills the three-pointer. Doncic has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And here is Lee. Clock at 6. He kicks to Powell. Pulls it up. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Powell's got the lead up to 13 now for the Mavs.
Now, this is an evolving aspect of Dwight Powell's game, getting comfortable in the catch and shoot from just about anywhere.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Dallas leading by 10. Now Doncic pass to Porzingis. The 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 6th assist on the night.
Well, that's his 2nd 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Now here's Morant. From downtown, and it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Finney-Smith's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Knocked away, stolen by Jackson. Now here's Morant. Down low. Brooks kicks to Valanciunas. Just 5 to shoot. And another miss by Memphis. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. They get it again, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Really starting to attack on the interior here, showing a much more physical presence here in the second half.
The free throw drops for Powell. A live body off the bench. Dwight Powell gives you productive minutes.
He does, Kevin, and that's most reflected in the plus-minus when you look at his stats. This is a guy who hasn't averaged a ton of minutes, but he scores and he defends at a high level when he's given those minutes.
Morant with it. He's picked up by Doncic, and it's Morant missing.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Pass to Valanciunas. Good on the triple. Valanciunas has got 12 points here in the second half.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Here's Porzingis. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 20th rebound here tonight. Saw that coming. Right side Crowder. Morant with it.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. At one point, they led by 16. Dallas moving the ball around. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Doncic has got 35 in the game. The Grizzlies trail by 13. And here's Morant. Baseline jumper. Here's Valanciunas. That shot misses. Nice D from Porzingis. Brooks against Lee. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Back to Porzingis. Three-pointer. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
The pass to Morant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Courtney Lee.
And Morant is great at putting pressure on defenders, which in turn draws contact.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. Now Doncic. Out left to the wing. Porzingis can't hit.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Jackson with the bounce pass. There's the three. Offensive rebound. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Crowder.
Well, it's his motor that makes him such an effective offensive rebounder. Jay Crowder is going to play hard.
Porzingis looking it over. The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Morant passes to Valanciunas. Now here's Morant, guarded by Doncic. Morant kicks to Valanciunas, sinks the 15-footer. Valanciunas has got 14 points now in the second half.
Boy, this has been a bit of a showcase for Jonas Valanciunas, over and over, finding a way to get it done on the offensive end.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition. And when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Free throw good, lead. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Caboclo's checked in for Jackson. Solomon Hill comes in for Crowder. DeAnthony Melton, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Jones subbed in for Morant. And then for Dallas, Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. DeLon Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Barea subbed in for Doncic. And both free throws good for Lee. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Memphis. It's a 14-point game with some arc, and the rejection by Marjanovic. The shot and game clock separated by 4, kept alive. Powell dishes to Lee. Lets it go with a 3. Barea, no good. Melton passes to Valanciunas. Hill kicks to Jones. There's the triple. And that one misses from Caboclo. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. KP, you guys got out on a break tonight. How did you get into transition so easily?
Yeah, we want to play faster, and that's what we try to do whenever they miss. We try to run, move the ball quick, and get easy buckets.
And you were able to beat him down the floor tonight, KP. Thanks a lot for your time. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.